from the heart of Wyoming County in New Richmond, West Virginia, tonight, Video Production presents exciting high school basketball. The Man Hillbillies, playing great ball, winners of 8 in a row, 12-2 on the year, take on the Wyoming East Warriors, are right at 500 at 8-8. Hello again, everybody. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. And Eric, we've got two teams that are heading in different directions. And man, they have not lost this calendar year, as I mentioned on top. They're 12-2, winners of 8 in a row. Where Wyoming East entered the game, they have lost 3 of their last 4, but that win was a big win against Beckley in Beckley about a week or so ago. So these two teams are heading in different directions, but one thing that both teams will have in common tonight, Eric, both teams will be without their leading scorer.
Yeah, and that's going to make it tough for both teams to adjust, but man is a very, very deep basketball team. So with the absence comes opportunity for the Man Hillbillies, and I'm sure some of their players are ready to step up. And, but a big loss for Wyoming East to not have Witten tonight. And, you know, he does so much for them as far as rebounding and scoring.
Well, same way we talk about for the Man Hillbillies with their coach, Tommy Blevins. His son, Caleb Blevins, the 6'4" senior averaging 19 a game, is not available. And as you mentioned, the young man for the Warriors of Wyoming East, who's really been their heart and soul offensively. You're taking 19 points and 9 rebounds out of the lineup in a young man in Witten. So Tanner Witten, the 6'2" senior, not available for Wyoming East. So Wyoming East now will have to probably look more toward Garrett Mitchell. He's the second leading scorer at 17 a game. But when you take a look at this man team, they are very balanced, and they will rely on the Jeremiah Harless. He's averaging a double-double, 11 points, 15 rebounds a game. Plus they have 2 other players, Trey Brown and Aiden Martin, double figures respectively, with Brown at 13 a game and Martin at 12 a game.
Yeah, and that's what I spoke up on. Man's very, very deep. We had a chance to do a game of theirs in the New River Technical College tournament, and they were very, very impressive, defending state champs, and I think they'll make a lot of noise this year at the state tournament.
Yeah, they're going to be a tough out. Once again, Coach Blevins has another good team. The Man Hillbillies, you know, for years, Man was always noted more for their football back in the Blue Funk day of, Coach Carter back in the day. But here, as of late, they've been good in football, but they've been really good in basketball. And this is the second meeting against Wyoming East. Man won the first meeting back on the 21st of January, and they won it kind of convincingly, Eric, 73-55.
Yeah, and Man shoots the ball really well, and that convincing win on their floor. But look for Wyoming East, they'll scrap. Anytime you come to Wyoming County, you expect to get the best game from any team that you visit in this county.
The one thing we'll have a little different tonight is the varsity officials have not showed up and don't look like they're going to make it. So we're only going to have 2 officials tonight, and they're the same 2 that called the JV game, which Wyoming East won big.
Yeah, and I think that our hats off to the 2 refs that stuck around, and helped the coaches out, and this team is able to get the game going. So.
Well, you're so right, Eric, because if the 2 JV officials didn't stick around, we wouldn't be able to play. They'd have to postpone the game. And nobody, the players don't want it, coaches don't want it, the fans don't want it, and us broadcasters, we definitely don't want it. We made the trip here to Wyoming East, and we think we're going to be in for a good basketball game. So we're moments away of getting ready to have the national anthem, and when they go to the anthem, we'll take our first pregame break as the Man Hillbillies will be lining up to our left, wearing the navy blue uniforms trimmed in red and white, and Wyoming East in white and green. We'll go ahead and take a pregame break. We'll come back and get you ready. It'll be 12-2 Man against 8-8. Wyoming East. You're watching Man Hillbilly basketball here on Video Productions.
And Curtis Weaver. If everyone will please rise, the Wyoming East band will play.
Accidents, illness, heart attacks, strokes. When an emergency strikes, count on Logan Regional Medical Center. We're here providing emergency care 24/7, including the higher levels of emergency heart care found in our accredited chest pain center, and our enhanced cleaning, mask requirements, and social distancing to help keep you safe. Emergency care at Logan Regional Medical Center. When minutes matter, count on us.
I'm your 70-pound St. Bernard puppy, and my lack of impulse control is about to become your problem.
No, come on. I saw you eating poop earlier. My focus is on the road, and that's saving me cash with DriveWise.
community strong. We are Thornhill Ford Lincoln, your hometown dealer located on 119 near Chapmanville. Go Thornhill and expect the best with total value, support, and savings on your next vehicle. Don't miss out. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and thornhillford.net.
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way,
tell them Hug sent you.
That's right. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
In Peytonville, there's lots of ways to save on auto insurance.
Really?
Yep. Very proud of that. With Smart Ride from Nationwide, they can get discounts for safe driving.
Does she get one?
Mrs. Carmichael, safest driver in Peytonville, takes a lot of work and effort to be the safest driver in Peytonville.
What about this guy?
With Nationwide Smart Miles, the less he drives, the less he pays. The list of inspiring stories goes on and on.
I bet. I've never seen anyone do more with their retirement than you.
I concur.
You can breathe easier at Boone Memorial Hospital, now with pulmonologist Dr. Richard McNeely. Come see us if you have concerns about your breathing issues.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
Always here for you, Thornhill GM Superstore. Expect the best, get even more with our new Thornhill Value Plus warranty. 10 years, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty on most all vehicles. Get in on all the savings. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and ThornhillGMSuperstore.com.
And we welcome you back to New Richmond, West Virginia, on the parquet floor here at Wyoming East High School, along with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. And Eric, we had talked about in our earlier segment, winners of 8 in a row, 12-2. In fact, they haven't lost this calendar year. You have to go back into December, the 30th to be exact. They lost to Mingo Central, and then early in the season in December, their only other loss was in the Bob Runyon Memorial Tournament. But they have been putting up quite a few quality victories, including a win over Parkersburg Catholic, 101-42. They put up 106 in another game, the game you and I did against Ridgewood. We called that game, and then they put up over 70 in a couple other games, and then over 80. So Man has showed the ability to be able to score.
Yeah, and the thing that I was thoroughly impressed with Man is they shot the ball really well. Ran a real efficient offense, and they got out and ran, and they shot a lot of threes in transition.
And for Man, this is how they will go for Coach Blevins tonight. The Hillbillies will go with Trey Brown. He's averaging 13 a game. He'll wear number 12. Aiden Martin will wear number 2, and he averages 12 a game. And then they'll have Jeremiah Harless, who is 6'5" and averages a double-double, 11 points, 15 rebounds a game. Jordan Adams, a 6-foot junior, will be in the starting lineup. He's averaging 3 points a game. And then rounding out the starting 5 will be Jacob Walls, a 6'2" junior. He's at 4 points a game. Like we mentioned on top, Caleb Blevins, the team's leading scorer at 19 a game, is not available for Man tonight. So that's how Coach Blevins' Hillbillies will go. For Derek Brooks, of course, he's assisted by his dad, Herbie Brooks. And Herbie, as we know, his scoring record still holds in the state of West Virginia. The state tournament game played at WVU. And Of course, we talked about Wyoming East. They don't have their top player either, Tanner Witt, not available. So Garrett Mitchell will be their leading scorer tonight at 17 a game. Tanner Cook in the starting lineup, Tucker Cook, Cole Lambert, and Chandler Johnson. And it'll be Johnson 6'5" in the center circle to jump against 6'5" Jeremiah Harless for the Man Hillbillies.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting early on to see how both teams adjust to not having their leading scorers.
So Man wins the tip, and the Hillbillies going to the basket to my right. Here's a shot in the lane, is good. Right off the bat, that is Martin able to knock down the mid-range jumper.
Yeah, Man Hillbillies, they demonstrate they have a high-octane offense, so defensively, Wyoming East is going to have to find a way to slow them down as they turn it over with the travel.
Yeah, Man came out and played zone. They turned Wyoming East over. So the Hillbillies will have the ball. They scored on their first possession. This is the second meeting between the two teams. We told you earlier, Man won the first meeting 73-55. So Wyoming East will play man-to-man. And here's a three ball from the right corner. It's too strong. Battle for the rebound out of bounds. And it'll stay with the Hillbillies. So Man will have the ball up under their own basket. And Jordan Adams will put the ball in play. And we got a whistle. Nope. Yeah, there was a whistle, but thought maybe a foul before the inbound, and that's not the case. Here's a three ball from the left side. It's too strong, and it hit the iron, and then it hit the extension above the basket, so that automatically makes it a dead ball.
And right now, Man's chucking it up a little bit from three. They're starting out a little cold, 0-2 early on in the game.
So here's the Wyoming East Warriors. They turned it over on their first possession. Man's playing zone. Looks like a 2-3 zone. Here's a drive to the left baseline. Good defense by Man. And into the lane. Here's a 6-footer. No good, but there's a foul. And that's a nice take to the basket. Garrett Mitchell, the 6'2 junior, averaging 17 a game, will draw the whistle and get to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
And they're going to whistle that one on Harless as he as we can look on the instant replay here, Marison. What you have to do with the zone is attack the middle, and Wyoming East penetrated and got it up and got the foul on Harless, and they cash in from the free throw line with the first.
So Mitchell knocks down the first. And he'll shoot now the back end of the two-shot opportunity. Free throw on its way, too strong. He makes one of two. And Sky in there is Harless for the Hillbillies to clear the missed free throw. There's a ball screen, head of the lane for Man. Here's a shot right of the lane. That's no good. That shot was put up by Jordan Adams. And back the other way comes Wyoming East. Here is the ball over to Mitchell in the far corner.
Looks like Man is trying to extend that, that zone and make Wyoming East start their offense a little further out than they want to.
Wyoming East turns it over, trying to get the ball to Chandler Johnson. They throw it away. And also, Eric, to me, it looks like that Wyoming East, without Witten on the floor, they don't want to play as fast tonight as they normally play.
Yeah, because, Wyoming East, both teams are playing without their leading scorer, but I think Witten, Wyoming East doesn't score as much, so I think they're at a bigger loss not having Witten in the lineup.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Wyoming East definitely relies more on Witten, and I think Man is a little bit more balanced. Here's a 15-footer from the right elbow, no good. The tip is no good, but Man will maintain the possession. Here's a three and no good, so Man missed three shots on that possession, and here come the Warriors.
And the Warriors, one thing they have to do is be better defensively rebounding, because you can't, as good as Man shoots the ball, you can't keep giving them second chance shots.
Yeah, if you keep giving Man three opportunities, the third one's going to go in the basket.
Yeah, exactly. Third time's usually a charm.
So here's Wyoming East. Here's a shot left of the lane off glass. That shot is no good. That shot was put up by, let's see who's into the game there.
Jacob Howard.
Howard into the game. Here's a drive left of the lane. They get the ball out over to Johnson, and Johnson is fouled on the drive, and the foul is going to go against Walls for Man.
And that'll be a common foul on the floor, and that'll be the second team foul.
So Wyoming East will inbound under their own basket. Like I said, we're working with only two officials here tonight, and they were from the JV, so they're doing double duty. Here's a three ball by Mitchell. It's too strong. Howard on the putback is up and in. Coach Blevins wanted a push off as he He said that right in the official's ear as Howard able on the putback from the left side of the lane. And Wyoming East has their first lead. So here are the Hillbillies looking over the man-to-man defense, trying to get somebody free, trying to run a ball screen.
Right now, it just looks like man's a little out of sync offensively right now.
Yep, Wyoming East forcing man to start a little further out to get the ball in the low post. Harless trying to back his man down. You got Harless and Chandler Johnson on him. They're almost right about the same size. As Harless comes out, spots up. And Wyoming's defense has been good.
Yeah, this is a good defensive set right here for Wyoming East, making man really work and pass the ball.
Here's a 3-ball. Splashdown is good by Jacob Walls as he rains a 3. Man regains the lead. Warriors work it around. Here's a 3-ball on the right side for the lead. Is good for Wyoming East. That's Tucker Cook hitting the 3.
Tucker Cook dials it up from deep.
And that's a real zone buster, able to spot on the right side of the zone and knock down the 3-ball, and Wyoming East regains the lead. Here's Man with the 3. Behind the screen, there's going to be a foul, and it's going to be 3 shots. Man ran a nice play that time as they got Aiden Martin averaging 12 a game behind that screen, and he'll draw the foul and get to the line to shoot 3 shots.
And that one's going to be whistled on Garrett Mitchell. And that will be the team's first, but a big one as man gets 3 shots at the free throw line.
Yep, so Aiden Martin, he makes the first of 3. This is Man's first opportunity at the line. Martin's got 2 more coming. Makes the first 2. Man's regained the lead. And let's see if he can go 3 for 3. Set, ready, and he got them. He got all 3 of them. That will extend the lead to 8-6. Man back in the zone. And Mitchell backs it back out.
One thing Wyoming East has to be better at is swinging the ball, trying to get the defense to rotate and then attacking the creases in the defense. And pretty much telegraphed that pass and lucky to retain possession.
And here's Cook with it. Now they get the ball to Howard just inside the 3-point line, puts up a shot in and out, but Johnson with the offensive rebound powers it up and scores. Nice job by Chandler Johnson on the offensive rebound. He splits 2 man defenders and able to put it back up and in.
Yeah, good job on the offensive glass that time.
Here's a 15-footer for Man, nothing but net. That's a nice shot by Jordan Adams. Boy, nice rotation, nice release on that ball by Adams when he got into the free throw lane.
Yeah,
there.
good-looking player, great penetration, elevated and scored.
Here's Johnson with it. He's not really a threat to shoot the 3. As the ball is knocked out of bounds, it will – nope, it's going to be a turnover. But when Johnson catches the ball out there on the wing like that, Eric, like I said, he's not really a threat to take the 3.
That's a little bit out of his offensive range right there. He's more effective around, the basket, so Man will probably live with that.
Right. For Wyoming East Johnson, he's really got to be in or around the paint. So here's the Hillbillies. After the turnover, here's a 3-ball on the right side. Kaboom! A 3-ball.
By Trey Brown.
Brown dials up from long distance. And right now it's a mini 5-0 man run. Here's Mitchell for 3. He can't answer, but there's Howard with the offensive rebound. They get the ball in the lane. And as we talked about Johnson, as he took 1 too many steps. He didn't say, Mother may I. And he had his suitcase packed because he was traveling.
He was traveling a little bit right there. Good idea, but, just took too many steps.
So here's Man. Like I said, they have possession of the ball. They're currently on a 5-0 run. There's a drive to the basket, and there's going to be a foul on Wyoming East as Adams made his way to the hoop. The foul's going to go against Tucker Cook.
Yeah, Tucker Cook will be whistled for his foul, the team's second.
So Man will inbound up under their own basket. They get the ball in. Here's a 3-ball straight away, no good. And that's a nice rebound by Cole Lambert for Wyoming East as Lambert brings it up. Goes to the left corner. But Man does a good job getting back defensively. Howard, 15-footer straight away, needs a roll, doesn't get it, and then commits the foul. And I think just out of frustration, Eric, because he had a good look from the foul line. He missed it, and then he goes over the back to commit the foul.
Yeah, right there. And he really had no chance to secure that rebound. And that's just one of those fouls that would drive Coach Derek Brooks, crazy right there, because man clearly had to rebound and just maybe retreat and get back on defense and play a good defensive set.
So let's see if Man could add to their lead. Man winners of 8 in a row, or 12-2 coming into this game. They got the big fella way out high, and that's Harless. He's going to set a high ball screen and get the ball into the right corner. Now Harless into the lane. This is where he can do his most damage as he goes hard to the basket and lays it up and in right of the lane.
Oh, wow. It was an inadvertent elbow, and
Johnson's bleeding.
Yes.
As you mentioned, Eric, an inadvertent elbow,
yeah.
But it was a good hard take to the basket right of the lane that time by Harless. And
it was definitely inadvertent.
Yes. And with the blood out on the court, we're going to have to stop it and clean up the blood, and then they'll immediately take Chandler Johnson to the locker room.
Yeah, it was definitely nothing malicious.
No.
It was within the offensive move play, and it was but he caught him. You know, it's that right there when you get hit anytime above the eyes, just, well, you know, being a former boxer.
Right.
That is an easy place to cut.
Yes, you never think of having a good cut man in basketball, do you, Eric?
Yeah, that's for sure.
You know that back in the boxing days, you got to have a good cut man, but you never think that in basketball. But currently, while we have a stoppage in play with 1:12 left for the opening quarter, Man is currently on a 7-0 run.
Yeah, and they shot the ball really well, and you know, hit a couple of threes and, you know, 2 easy twos close to the basket. And Man's, you know, even without their leading scorer, they just have a lot of weapons on this team.
And, you know, this makes it was really difficult for Wyoming East to begin with because they were shorthanded without Witten, their team's leading scorer. And now if Johnson is not able to come back, now they're down 2 starters. And like I said, I just think Man is more balanced, even with, I know Man doesn't have their leading scorer, but I think Man could afford it a little bit more than Wyoming East can.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, Wyoming East, as you said, you know, they're not very deep. And once you know, you're probably losing your leading rebounder. Your 2 leading rebounders are not on the floor at the moment.
So while we got a minute, I thought we had an update on the Shady Greenbrier East game there for a second, and I think we can, because that game is also going on our video production airwaves, and I thought Shady was up. We'll get that in a minute. Shady is in front, 13-3. Boy, Shady came off a big win the other night, Eric. You know, really surprised me. 13-6 now. Shady leads Greenbrier East, but hats off to Shady. What a great win that was, beating Greater Beckley last night at Shady.
Yeah, and the thing is with the Shady Spring Tigers, they are well-equipped. Teams that have guards, they put so many – even if you have to have great guards to withstand that pressure, and they just keep coming at you in waves, and they shoot the ball still really well. So this will be a tough game for Greenbrier East here tonight.
And while we're talking, the principal, Mallory Grogg of Greenbrier East, has got a mop and a bucket out there, and they're cleaning up the blood, as you mentioned, Eric, during your comment, an inadvertent elbow to the eye of Chandler Johnson, and like you said, it looked like a fighter bleeding, and the blood on the floor. So Johnson had to obviously leave the game, and now they're attending to that. They're cleaning that up.
Yeah, and it was a good move by Harless. It was he kind of just took his hands trying to clear the ball over the head of the Wyoming East defender, and it was clearly not intentional.
No, so it looks
and
like
I just hate it for both players.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we got it cleaned up. So getting into the game now will be Tanner Cook, and he will step up into the Wyoming East lineup. And it will be Wyoming East ball because the basket was made by Harless. So like I said, it's a 15-8 Man lead. They're currently on a 7-0 run. Now we've cleaned the blood up, and it's time to play on.
Time to play on.
So that wasn't as big a delay as maybe we would have thought, but we're ready to go. And Man back in that zone. Here comes Wyoming East. Trying to work the ball around the horn, trying to find somebody free in this Man zone. Mitchell puts it on the deck, attacks to get the ball inside. Here's a short shot. It's good. Nice play. Tanner Cook. And
with that offense.
Yep, and with that bucket, Eric, that snaps a 7-0 run by the Hillbillies.
And that's good for Tanner Cook's confidence. Comes right in, and asserts himself offensively.
So here's Man getting the ball down low. There's a whistle, and there's going to be a foul. And as you mentioned with Tanner Cook, he got involved by scoring on the offensive end. He's involved committing the foul on the defensive end.
Hey, he's hustling. He's trying to make his presence known.
As we watch that last replay on the Thornhill Auto Group replay, ball comes into Harless. He catches it, puts up the short shot, can't get it to go, and they battle for the rebound. Is out of bounds. It'll stay with Mann. And, Eric, that's one thing you had touched on. Mann has done a good job, and really for Wyoming needs to have a chance, as you said, and you're so right, they cannot give Mann second and third opportunities.
Yeah, and because it come back to hurt you big time as they missed it. Mann misses the three there.
Yeah, Wyoming's got away with it on that one. And Mitchell, he traveled. He had his bags packed. They must be calling AAA because that's a couple of travels already in this first quarter.
Yeah, and I saw I think Garrett Mitchell kind of mouth to Coach Brooks was like, that was a jump stop. And he was like, yeah, not after 2 steps.
No, that was clearly a travel.
And but kudos to these two refs. They're actually doing a great job.
Doing a great job. But, Eric, do you know any player that ever thinks they commit a foul or ever commits a turnover? No player ever thinks that on any level. Here's a drive by Mann. And here's a shot from the right side. It's good, and that's a three. And that's really good. Right ahead of the first quarter buzzer, the big fella steps out and drains the three by Harless. So at the end of the first quarter, your score is Mann 18, Wyoming Ace 10. You're watching Mann Hillbilly Basketball here on Video Productions.
This is Boone Memorial Hospital. Compassionate, personal, quality care that's close to home with caring, skilled physicians and large private inpatient rooms.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
Let's go places. The all-new Thornhill Toyota on the Thornhill Motor Mile. Your total automotive experience just got better with one of the safest, most dependable lines of vehicles on the market, Toyota. Contact us today and let Thornhill show you what total automotive care is all about.
In Peytonville, there's lots of ways to save on auto insurance.
Really?
Yep. Very proud of that. With Smart Ride from Nationwide, they can get discounts for safe driving.
Does she get one?
Mrs. Carmichael, safest driver in Peytonville. Takes a lot of work and effort to be the safest driver in Peytonville.
What about this guy?
With Nationwide Smart Miles, the less he drives, the less he pays. The list of inspiring stories goes on and on.
I bet. I've never seen anyone do more with their retirement than you.
I concur.
And we welcome you back to Wyoming East, a 8-point lead for the Mann Hillbillies. Tonight's broadcast is being brought to you by Logan Regional Medical Center in Logan, West Virginia. We appreciate them here on Video Productions as on the first possession of the second quarter, Eric, Wyoming East turns it over.
Yeah, and that's another thing you can't have against this Mann team as great penetration right there by Aiden Martin as he gets the deuce.
Great finish right of the lane, biggest lead of the game for the Hillbillies. They've doubled them up. They lead by 10. And here are the Warriors. Wyoming East played last night, by the way. They played at West Virginia State in Charleston. They lost to South Charleston, and then they lost quite convincingly. Of course, they didn't have Witten last night either as they get down low with the pass. Howard, and he'll draw the foul and get to the line.
I think they're going to whistle that on Aiden Martin, who just scored the deuce on the other end.
So a 10-point lead, longest lead of the game. And getting to the free throw line will be Jacob Howard, the 6'1 junior for the Wyoming East Warriors. And I'm not sure. There seems to be a little confusion here. Maybe they're saying he wasn't in the act of shooting. He sure looked like it.
Was it on the floor? Okay.
Yeah.
Common
I
foul.
guess there's where the confusion is, and I beg your pardon. I was maybe a little quick to think that it was in the act of shooting. So it'll be an inbounds play, and the Warriors do just that. Here's Mitchell trying to dial up a three, and he hits it. And that's a much-needed basket for Wyoming East.
Nice little step back that time by Mitchell.
Yeah, Mitchell came in averaging 17 a game, second leading scorer on the team. Here's Harless in the low post. On the baseline, good to Hart, take to the basket and finish. That's a tremendous play by Jeremiah Harless, I beg your pardon.
That's his 7th point of the game, of the contest.
Here's Howard on the right baseline. Mitchell spots up, three ball on its way, too strong, but a nice offensive rebound by Tucker Cook. Cook has it now. He'll dial it up for three, short, and Harless skies high to get that rebound. Man on the run. Here come the Hillbillies, tacking the basket right of the lane. There's contact. The shot doesn't go in, but there will be a foul, and getting to the free throw line will be Aiden Martin.
And I think that's going to be on Garrett Mitchell. If it is, that'll be his second, and that'll be Another problem for Coach Brooks to have his second leading scorer already in foul trouble as Aiden Martin is at the free throw line.
Right, as Martin is at the line. And he shoots 2, and the first one
is good.
The DLH drug and alcohol testing is a proud supporter of Aiden Martin and the Man Hillbillies. So Martin getting up to the line and able to knock them both down and extend the lead back to 10. Kind of did that right on cue, didn't we, Eric? How about that? Wyoming East got a new player into the game. We'll check that out in a minute. Here's the left elbow 15-footer by Howard is good.
Jacob Howard rings it up.
And we'll check the new player for Wyoming East in just
Jacob
a minute.
Cooper.
Is Bryson Huff into the lineup. I beg your pardon. You are right, Eric. I beg your pardon.
32?
Yes.
Yes.
I've seen 22 out there. You are totally right. I beg your pardon. Yeah, when you get a little age, sometimes you can't see the fine print. Here's Mann working in the low post, and that's a nice finish, but he couldn't finish by Harless. He's able to get the rebound in 2 point-blank shots, and he couldn't get it to go, and Wyoming East will be able to corral the rebound.
Yeah, that time, it was contested a little bit, but I think Harless just needs to finish strong right there. It was
so back the other way
contact.
Comes Wyoming East. Here's a 3 from the left side. It's too strong. And there's going to be a foul over the back, and that's going to it's an easy play to call as Cooper commits the foul for Wyoming East.
That'll be the team's
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to go. Harless is not only is this a big body, but he's a good athlete. Here's a 3 from the left side, and that's too strong. That shot put up that time by Martin, and back the other way is Wyoming East. Cooper puts up the shot. It's short. Inside's a rebound and a putback. A nice offensive play by Tucker Cook.
Tucker Cook notches his 5th point of the game to
Harless on a drive and a good finish as he gets right to the rim.
Harless is a good-looking player.
He is. Wyoming East looking over that man zone. Man's done a good job with that zone. Here's a shot. 12-footer just inside the 3-point line is good as Tucker Cook knocks down his second back-to-back makes on these last 2 Wyoming East possessions. Here's a deep 3 from the right side. Good. Kaboom. A 3-ball is knocked down. And we got a timeout on the floor. And it's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. But they dialed up that 3 for the Man Hillbillies. Is Martin able to knock that down? And speaking of Martin, the DLH drug and alcohol testing is proud to support Aiden Martin and the Man Hillbillies. DLH drug and alcohol testing is your key to providing a drug-free workplace. So we appreciate them being a proud sponsor of not just the young man Martin, but of the Man Hillbillies. So out of that 30-second timeout, the lead is 9, Eric. Biggest lead's been 10.
Oh, and that's some good news for Wyoming East. Chandler Johnson went to the cut, man. Probably got a little gauze, a little Vaseline in there to stop the bleeding, and glad to see him back on the court.
Back in the day when Angelo Dundee was in Muhammad Ali's corner, they had the best cut man in the business. And here's Wyoming East breaking the pressure. Here's a little short shot into the lane. It's good. That was a really nice play that time by Cole Lambert going coast to coast for the bucket.
He notches his first points of the game. Much needed score to cut it to 7.
Yeah, biggest lead's been 10. And here's Mann on the attack. There's a fall away from the right side. That shot is short, put up by Brown. And by the way, I'd mentioned Martin had made that last 3. The last 3 was made by Brown. I beg your pardon. And we'll have a substitute in for Mann. And that'll be Seitz, James Seitz, a 6'2 junior averaging 1 point a game. We'll check into the lineup. So here's Wyoming East with an opportunity, Eric, to cut further into the man lead. They were down as many as 10. They're down 7. Johnson into the post, puts up the shot. It doesn't go, but he draws the foul. And as soon as Johnson comes in, he got great position on the low block there, left of the lane to draw that foul.
Yeah, and good for them to get him back in Wyoming East, to get him back involved. And I think they're going to whistle that on Jeremiah Harless, so that will be his second and the team's fourth.
So it'll be 2 shots for Johnson, and the first free throw is on its way and no good. Wyoming East is 1 of 2 prior to that. Now they're 1 of 3 at the line, as Johnson will shoot now the back end of the 2-shot opportunity. Trying to cut it to 6, and he does. He gets 1 of 2. And it's a mini 4-0 Wyoming East run. So here are the Hillbillies on the attack. And Wyoming East pretty much, they have the entire game played man-to-man defense. Trying to get the ball maybe to Harless on the low block, and that's where they go. Harless trying to back his man down. Nice spin. Gets to the rim, and he shot it too strong. He had everything, but he didn't finish the shot, and here's Wyoming East on the attack. Cooper with a pass inside. He probably should have taken that shot. And 2-on-2. Here's a pass into the lane, and it's going to be a Wyoming East foul.
I think we're going to whistle that on maybe Cooper. Yes, on the reach.
And it'll be free throw time because it's over the limit.
Yep, 1 plus the bonus here is.
So Bryson Huff will check into the Wyoming East lineup, as getting to the free throw line for man will be Sykes, James Sykes, a 6'2 junior. He'll shoot the 1-and-1. Man has only attempted 2 free throws. They've made them both up to this point. Free throw on its way is no good. And Wyoming East with a chance to cut further into the man lead.
That was man's first miss from the free throw line tonight.
Working the ball around the horn. There's a drive into the lane. A little floater is short by Howard. Got his own rebound. Throws the ball out for a 3 on the right side. Is too strong by Tucker Cook. And we will have a foul. And it is going to be a man foul, I believe, as we watch the All-State instant replay here.
Yeah,
yep.
They're going to call Aiden Martin right there with a little over the back, and that's only the team's 5th foul, so Wyoming East will take it out underneath.
Jacob Walls checks back into the man lineup. As you mentioned, Eric, East up under their own basket, throw the ball way out high. And man's been in his zone all game, and it's been, for the most part, it's been effective, as there's a nice defensive play by man, knocking the ball off the leg of the young man who was driving, Cole Lambert, for Wyoming East, and turns the ball over to man. So here are the Hillbillies on the attack. Ball comes on the right side. They're looking perhaps for Harless, and that's where they go. Harless backs Johnson down low, spins, short shot, scores. That's a nice play by Harless.
He has a lot of offensive tools, as Harless does.
A lot of skill in that low post. And here's a turnover. Man, they've got numbers. Harless tacks the basket right of the lane. There was contact, no whistle. The ball goes in, no foul. But man able to put Harless 4 quick points and the lead back to 10. Johnson down the lane. They strip him. Man trying to make a quick surge here before halftime. Here's a 3 on the right corner. Is too strong. Offensive rebound for the Hillbillies. They'll keep the possession. Harless has scored the last 4. Can he make it as he tried to make it the last 7 as he misses that 3? And Wyoming East comes out of there with the rebound. Pass over to Howard, right of the lane, puts up the shot, left of the lane. Howard able to catch, shoot, and score.
This is not the pace that Wyoming East Warriors wants to play, though. The man has done it by turning up their defensive pressure a little bit.
Yeah, and also, as you said correctly, Wyoming East is not that deep of a team. They definitely don't want this pace. This could come back and really get them in the second half.
Yeah, it does. And you don't want to sit on the ball, but them being down, they really want to make man work every possession and rebound the ball defensively.
Here's Walls on a nice drive to the basket and a nice finish. That was a nice take. So we're under a minute here for the half. Biggest lead of the game. This equals the biggest lead of the game, 10. Here's a little short shot, needs a bounce, and they get it by Cole Lambert. Just 5'9", but able to get into the lane and put up the shot, and he got the shooter's bounce. So man walking it up. I'm not sure that they will hold it. Every time I say they'll hold it for the last shot of the quarter of the half, the teams don't. But it looks like man might hold it for the final shot of the half. We're under 30 seconds left here in the opening half. Now they might be putting their offense into motion. And here's a pull-up from the foul line, and it's no good, and they battle for the rebound. And I thought, they get a turnover. Ball still free, and Wyoming East comes out of there with it. I thought, man, maybe went a little quick.
They have numbers.
And they have a chance to get a shot off before as Johnson goes hard to the basket. He can't get the ball to go in, but he does draw the foul. With just 2 seconds left in the half, Johnson will be at the line for Wyoming East.
They call that on Harless.
As we watch this instant replay, the Thornhill Auto Group instant replay.
Yep, that'll be his third.
And, boy, I tell you, that's a tough break because there was 2 seconds left in the half, and he picks up his third foul. But Johnson not able to cash in at the line. He was 1 for 2 the last time at the line, and now he misses the front end of the 2-shot opportunity. And he missed them both. And that's how the half will end at the break. It is an 8-point lead for the Man Hillbillies. Your score, Man 34, Wyoming East 26. You're watching Man Hillbilly Basketball, streaming live here on Video Production, being presented by Logan Regional Medical Center.
Accidents, illness, heart attacks, strokes. When an emergency strikes, count on Logan Regional Medical Center. We're here providing emergency care 24/7, including the higher levels of emergency heart care found in our accredited chest pain center, and our enhanced cleaning, mask requirements, and social distancing to help keep you safe. Emergency care at Logan Regional Medical Center. When minutes matter, count on us.
I'm your 70-pound St. Bernard puppy, and my lack of impulse control is about to become your problem.
No, come on. I saw you eating poop earlier.
My focus is on the road, and that's saving me cash with DriveWise.
Community strong. We are Thornhill Ford Lincoln, your hometown dealer located on 119 near Chapmanville. Go Thornhill and expect the best with total value, support, and savings on your next vehicle. Don't miss out. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and thornhillford.net.
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way,
tell them Hug sent you.
That's right. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
In Peytonville, there's lots of ways to save on auto insurance.
Really?
Yep. Very proud of that. With Smart Ride from Nationwide, they can get discounts for safe driving.
Does she get one?
Mrs. Carmichael, safest driver in Peytonville, takes a lot of work and effort to be the safest driver in Peytonville.
What about this guy?
With Nationwide Smart Miles, the less he drives, the less he pays. The list of inspiring stories goes on and on.
I bet. I've never seen anyone do more with their retirement than you.
I concur.
You can breathe easier at Boone Memorial Hospital, now with pulmonologist Dr. Richard McNeely. Come see us if you have concerns about your breathing issues.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
Always here for you, Thornhill GM Superstore. Expect the best, get even more with our new Thornhill Value Plus warranty. 10 years, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty on most all vehicles. Get in on all the savings. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and thornhillgmsuperstore.com.
Logan Physical Therapy wants to help you. Have you been injured at work or in an accident? Come to Logan Physical Therapy and Doug Hibbs will provide a thorough, careful evaluation and create a comprehensive treatment program that will get you back on your feet. Logan Physical Therapy, turning setbacks into comebacks.
Will there be two and we welcome you back to New Richmond, West Virginia with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry, and we've got a good game, Eric. At halftime, the Man Hillbillies have a 34-26 lead, and they had an 8-point lead at the end of the quarter at 18-10, and they have an 8-point lead now, 34-26. Their biggest lead was 10, and, Wyoming East had cut it to 7 a couple times, but Wyoming East was never able to get it any closer than, well, actually they got it to 6 was the closest they got it, but Man was never to extend the lead past 10. So we had a very good, entertaining, and exciting first half.
Yeah, it was, and both teams shot pretty well from the field. So looking forward to the second half, though. I think Wyoming East, the thing that they're lacking is their defensive rebound. They gave too many second chance shots to a good shooting Man Hillbillies team.
And speaking of the shooting, you have the numbers for both teams up from that first half.
Yes, and Wyoming East, they were 11 for 26 from the field. They were 2 of 8 from three-point range and 2 of 6 from the free throw line. Man Hillbillies were efficient, 13 of 30 from the floor, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, and 3 of 12 from 3.
So, like I said, it's been a very competitive game. The Man Hillbillies came in here riding high, a 8-game winning streak. They're 12-2. We talked about it on top. Man does not have their leading scorer tonight. Caleb Blevins unavailable. And, of course, on the flip side, Wyoming East with their young man, Tanner Witten. He's not available, and he's not been available for multiple games. He wasn't available in their loss last night. But Wyoming East is right at 500 at 8-8. And they came in here, they lost 3 of their last 4. But Witten did play in that big win against Beckley about a week and a half ago or so.
And the thing, you don't want to see players out, Maris, but both coaches will say that you kind of build depth right now because you're getting to get a look at a couple players that probably would not see a lot of varsity time right now. And right on cue, Tanner Cook came in for Wyoming East and gave him some valuable minutes until Chandler Johnson was able to come back, and he was able to score a couple points and, really get some action.
Well, you're so right about that, Eric, because when you look at the calendar, with today being Tuesday, February 8th, the girls' state high school basketball tournament starts 1 month from today, and 5 weeks from today will be the boys' state high school basketball tournament. So I get it, you want to win as many games as you can, but also I think more importantly, you want to be healthy and you want to be playing your best basketball coming down the stretch in your last 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, and you don't want to peak too early, that's for sure, because the ultimate goal is to be playing your best ball and securing a spot in the state tournament with a chance to cut the nets down in March.
The lead is 8, 34-26 for Man, and that's what they led by at the end of the first quarter by 8, 18-10. And as I mentioned, the lead is 8 now, 34-26. We'll go ahead and take another halftime break, and when we come back, we'll get you ready for the second half. Maybe we'll take a halftime break. We'll see here. We're working on some things, and that's one thing, Eric, I will say, and you can't help it. Like you and I, we did a football game here at Wyoming East when they played Shady, and I think that was in October of this past football season. Mm-hmm. And it rained, and it was tough, and the internet is kind of tough where we're at anyway.
Yes.
And that made it difficult, and we had some issues, and hopefully we don't have those here tonight. At least through the first half we haven't. But sometimes things doesn't run as smooth in some places as they do in others, and that really cannot be helped.
Yeah, and we can feel the space, but it's just one of those things that they touch on. Living in rural areas in the state of West Virginia, and that's one thing a lot of people are clamoring for broadband, and people don't understand. It's just not sporting events. If you have this kind of internet trouble during a sporting event, a lot of kids can't take, with the technology, take their iPads home,
right,
or if they have a Chrome book or whatever, and it's just really tough for them outside of the school being able to, to do the work. So that's one thing we need to do to step it up in this state, is try to create broadband for everyone.
Yeah, try to move a little forward with that. I totally agree. Both teams are back out on the floor going through their warm-ups, and we're about a minute and a half away from starting the second half. Also, something that we touched on, I think, just once in the first half, but it's worth noting what a great job the officials have done here. And I say that for a couple reasons, because I know any crew that you and I have had the pleasure of calling the game, and we've had good crews, but especially tonight's been a little different because, one, they only have 2 of them, and also 2, they worked the JV game, and the varsity officials, I don't know, there was some kind of mix-up because the JV officials weren't scheduled to do the varsity game, but they've done they did a great job in the first half.
My hat's off to them. For one thing we both know, we make a lot of jokes about it, but being a ref, I'm all for him, and people should not be as hard on him. And this is coming from a guy who was pretty hard on refs, back in the day. But the more I look at it through through different glasses now, they're doing a service to the students, the kids, and we have a shortage. Guys, without those, it could have been tonight.
Me and you on video, right?
Yes, just us on the game. It could have been a pickup game. And we say that laughing, but if they don't come out to ref, your kids don't have a chance to play their sport.
Well, you're right. And, Eric, and we do say that laughingly, but here's the thing, and, I'm getting a little spoiled because, I came, as you did, from the world of radio into now streaming. And, of course, radio, there is no instant replay, and you got to see it live. And now that we have the ability to have the instant replay, I'm like, I've never missed a call since we can slow it down. And when you're that official, you got to make that bang, bang call just like that.
Yeah, and the thing that needs to be stated, too, we never miss a call, but they don't miss that many as well. Every time we go back to instant replay, it's usually 50-50, so you go with what they saw. And the eyeball process is a lot faster. We can go back and look at it. So my hat's off to all the refs.
Yeah, more times than not, the video definitely backs up the official that the right call was made. And we're ready to start the second half. It's an 8-point lead for Man, 34-26. And Man will be going to the basket to our left, and they will start the second half with the first possession. So a thing, I guess, to watch, too, is Harless, who had a really good first half, Eric, and he's out on the floor. He had 3 fouls in that first half, and he got that last foul, which is 2 seconds left in the half.
Clock, yeah.
So here we go. And Man with the first possession. Wyoming East, they've played man-to-man the entire game, and that's how they start here in the second half. Man has trying to get the ball down low to Harless on the low block. They do. Head fake, gets into the lane, puts up the short shot, and he scores.
And that's Harless's 15th point of the game. He's just a tough down low for anyone.
Yeah. He came in, and here's a short shot on the left baseline. No good. Harless gets the rebound. He's averaging a double-double, 11 points and 15 rebounds a game. And here's Man with a 10-point advantage. And Harless will shoot the 3. It's no good. Battle for the rebound. And a putback. Count if it goes, it goes. And this is Man's biggest lead as Wall's able to sneak in on the weak side to get the stick back and draw the foul.
And I think that is going to be whistled on Garrett Mitchell, and that will be his 3rd.
We watch the instant replay, Eric.
Yeah, good rebound by Walls as he puts it up. And
he missed the free throw, and that was the All-State instant replay. You're in good hands with All-State. So biggest lead of the game right here for the Hillbillies. Not quite a minute here into the third quarter. And Wyoming East has it. Man's done a good job playing zone. Here's a runner left of the lane, no good, and there's going to be a foul on Wyoming East. They'll get Howard on the foul.
And that will be Howard's 2nd and the team's 2nd to start the second half.
We got a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 6:56 for the 3rd. It's a 38-26 lead for Man. You're watching Hillbilly Basketball streaming live here on Video Productions.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
At Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, we have a huge menu offering home-cooked dinners, hamburgers, tacos, hot dogs, pizza, Philly steaks, and desserts, including, of course, ice cream. Ask about our weekly home-cooked dinners. We have an everyday hot dog special, 6 hot dogs for $5.99, or $5 14-inch large grab-and-go pizzas made from our fresh homemade dough. So visit Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, located beside the old IGA in Chapmanville, just off the Crawley Creek exit of 119.
Welcome back to New Richmond. with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Out of the timeout, man with the ball, their biggest lead of the game here at the 6:45 mark of the third quarter. Here's a shot inside, no good. That shot was put up by Seitz, and back the other way come the Warriors of Wyoming East. Here's Mitchell with it.
I think this possession that Wyoming East really needs to settle in and try to get a bucket here.
There's Johnson, right of the lane, puts up the short shot, and he couldn't get it to go, trying to draw that fourth foul on Harless.
Yeah, but Harless did a good job of staying vertical and not coming over the top and staying in the game.
They go to Harless now. He gets into the lane. Nice spin move, puts up the shot. It's blocked. Good defensive play by Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson stayed with it because that was a great little drop step spin move right there by
the Harless.
So
here's Wyoming East. Man has been very effective in this zone. We're approaching 5:50 for the third. Biggest lead of the game right here at 12. Here's Howard with the short shot, left of the lane, no good. Walls clears the rebound, and we'll have a Wyoming East foul, and that looked like a frustration foul. They'll call that on Garrett Mitchell.
If they call that on Mitchell, if
yes.
That's Mitchell, that's his fourth.
I'm sure I do believe they did call that on. Maybe they didn't call foul. Maybe it's just out of bounds.
Oh, okay.
Apparently there was no foul.
No foul call.
I beg your pardon for that. So here's a three. It's good. It just needed the roll. And that three is put up by Brown.
Brown's second three of the contest.
And now they've extended the lead to 15 here with 5:20 to go in the third. Biggest lead of the game. And I think this is a real danger zone for Wyoming East now.
Yeah,
down
right
15.
now they started 0 for 4 from the field. And that's not a good recipe against this man.
Here's a 15-footer by Johnson. That's an air ball. That's not really his shot, and it will stay with Wyoming East. But, Johnson is really good in the lane around the basket. But when he comes out to shoot, that's not really his area. And man felt that ball should have been theirs. And they're going to say that the officials are going to say one of the man players hit the ball, and it'll stay with Wyoming East. Nice passing. Here's a drive by Johnson on the baseline, and it's blocked. Harless does a great job not committing the foul and makes the block. The 4:50 mark of the third with the ball and up 15.
Yeah, Harless does a good job of, staying aggressive, knowing that he has the 3 fouls.
Here's a turnover. Man turns it over, and then we got a reaching foul by Walls. So with 4:39 left third quarter, Walls commits the foul. And it's a 15-point advantage for the Hillbillies. This is the largest lead of the game. Johnson spins into the lane, and he will draw a foul, and it will be on Harless, and that'll be 4 on him, Eric, and that'll be 2 shots for Johnson. Actually, they don't call it on Harless.
No, they whistled that on Seitz.
Yeah, I beg your pardon. So Johnson at the free throw line. He makes the first of 2. Trims the lead to 14 with 4.5 to go here in quarter number 3. Second free throw is good. He got them both. And back the other way we come with Man. So we're under 4.5 to go third quarter. 13-point lead for the Hillbillies.
Who knocked down those 2 free throws?
Johnson. Johnson made them both for the Wyoming East Warriors. And here's a turnover. Now we got a whistle and a foul. Wyoming East thought they were off to the races, and then there's a foul. And I think they'll get Chandler Johnson for the foul here for Wyoming East. And
Chandler Johnson's
commits his third personal. So with 4:17 left third quarter, a 13-point advantage for the Hillbillies. They have possession of the ball. Adams has it out high. The fans thought perhaps he got away with the travel. Wallace puts it on the deck, and he'll draw the foul. And it seems like we're having more fouls called, and the reason being because the game seems like it's got a little more physical, Eric, in this third quarter than it did in the first and the second.
Yeah, both teams are getting a little frustrated with it only being 2 refs. It's just real tough to call everything down a ref.
So here's Harless. He thought about the 3, and now Man will reset their offense. We're under 4 minutes for the third quarter. The Hillbillies lead by 13, and the ball is thrown away. Trying to get the ball in the low post to Harless, and Man throws it away. And checking back into the Hillbilly lineup will be Aiden Martin.
Aiden Martin had 9 in the first half. He was the team's second leading scorer. in the first half.
So we're under 3:50 for the third. Wyoming East works the ball around the horn there. Looking at that zone. Trying to find perhaps somebody free. Here's a 15-footer by Howard, and he rattles it in from the left elbow.
And that's their first goal of the
first field goal, yeah.
Field goal.
3.5 to go third. Here's a 15-footer from the right elbow, and a nice shot as Jordan Adams answers back. Adams got elevation from the right elbow to knock that down. Here's a three. Good. The three dialed up by Tucker Cook. So Wyoming East was down as many, Eric, as 15. They've cut it to 10 as we approach the 3-minute mark here in quarter number 3.
And both teams starting to heat up a little bit from the field.
Here's a pick and roll. And here's a 16-footer from the left elbow. Grazes the front of the rim. It's short. Here's Wyoming East with the chance to cut man's lead to single digits. They work the ball around the horn. There's a drive on the baseline by Johnson. Puts up a 10-footer, and he scores.
And that's a bonus bucket right there if Chandler Johnson scores from 12 feet.
So Wyoming East was down 15 a minute ago. Back the other way to regain the momentum. A little soft jump shot by Aiden Martin. So back and forth we go. As you stated, Eric, both teams have really kind of heated up over the last couple of minutes. 15 points has been the biggest lead of the game. It's 10 now. Here's Johnson stepping outside of his comfort zone to shoot a three, and that's probably a shot man would hope that he would take, because that's really not Johnson's shot, as we stated earlier in the game. And there's a drive to the basket. It's going to be a Wyoming East foul.
Yeah, that's going to be the fourth personal foul.
We watch the Thornhill instant replay here.
Yeah, that's Martin. Nice, sweet little jumper.
Yep. Just like a sweet vehicle from Thornhill Auto. Wyoming East down 10, was down as many as 15. The Hillbillies trying to, is he going to get Harless for a turnover, a travel? So with 2:07 left here in the third quarter, the lead is 10 for the Hillbillies. Man trying to win their 9th game in a row. And this is a very good man team. They cut the nets down a year ago, and boy, it's going to take a good team to keep them from doing that again this year, as a three is hit on the left side by Tucker Cook.
That's back-to-back threes for Tucker Cook.
So Wyoming East making the run, coming down the stretch of the third quarter with 1:40 left in it. What was a 15-point lead a minute ago now been trimmed to 7.
Yeah, and if you can get a stop here, if you're Wyoming East, you're right in this game.
And they've got the crowd into the game. Here's Harless with it. Attacks the basket, draws the foul. He'll get to the line. You know, when in doubt, throwing the ball to Harless, throwing the ball to number one is a pretty good idea, right?
That is a good job by Harless recognizing that.
And there we watch it on the instant replay. And
yeah, that's just a good hard drive to the basket.
The All-State instant replay. You're in good hands with All-State. And
man's in good hands with the ball in Harless's hands tonight.
Absolutely. So Harless at the line to shoot a pair. Wyoming East man, that's only their 4th foul shot taken, correct?
No, they've taken 6. They were 5 of 6 in the first half. And actually, that's their 2nd attempt this quarter. Jacob Wall missed the and one.
That's right. So here's Harless trying to hit the back end of the 2-shot opportunity after missing the front end, and he cannot. He missed them both. Wyoming East with a chance to pull a little closer.
And right now, if you're Wyoming East, the pace of the game is back in your favor.
Here's a three, which is good by Mitchell, and Wyoming East making their run. They're within 4, closest they've been since way back in the first quarter. Man had a 15-point lead in this quarter, Eric. We're under a minute, and the lead is 4 at 45-41.
And both crowds are into it. This is a good game as Wyoming East has made a run here in the third quarter.
Harless to shoot a three. It's short. Wyoming East with numbers. Probably not the shot man wanted there. Here's a 3-ball. Back iron, no good. And Harless clears the rebound. I thought that might have been a quick trigger by Tucker Cook. Back the other way. A bucket laid up and in, which is good by Aiden Martin.
And sometimes quick shots like that led to a run out because that was a 3 in transition.
25 seconds for the third. Here's a drive and a put in by Chandler Johnson. You would think Man would hold it for the final shot of the third quarter. 15 seconds left in it. And that's what Man will do, leading by 4. Man led by 8 at the end of the quarter, into the half. Harless on a pick and roll into the lane, puts up the short shot, scores with 5 seconds left. Plenty of time to get off a shot. Here's a 3-ball counted. If it goes, it doesn't go, and that's how the third quarter comes to a close. We're going to have a great fourth quarter at the end of 3. Your score, Man 49, Wyoming East 43. You're watching Hillbilly Basketball, streaming live here on Video Production, brought to you in part by Logan Medical Center.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can pay a little less and enjoy the ride a little more. Now get new lower auto rates with Allstate, because better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click or call for a lower auto rate today.
We start the fourth quarter. Mitchell puts up a 3. It doesn't go. And here come the Hillbillies. But Eric Mann had a lead as big as 15 in that third. It got trimmed to 4. It's a 6-point lead now as Mann has their first possession here of the fourth quarter.
And Wyoming East got it back in it by a great defense and efficient shooting, because they knocked down three balls as Aiden Brown knocks down one right on cue. Aiden Martin, excuse me.
And Eric, as you're talking about efficient shooting, Martin able to spot up and hit a big 3. So the lead is 9. Like I said, biggest lead has been 15. We got a whistle and a foul on Man, and it'll be free throws for Wyoming East. The foul's going to go against Trey Brown as we watch the All-State instant replay.
Yeah, as we look at this one with Aiden Martin, spots up from deep straight away and knocks it down.
You're in good hands with All-State, and you're in good hands with Martin knocking down that 3 ball. So 7-12 for the fourth quarter. The lead's 9, and the free throw is no good. And at the line is Cole Lambert, 5'9" sophomore. He misses the front end of the 2-shot opportunity. And, Eric, you know, when you're behind, you get to the line, you got to cash in.
You got to cash in. You're exactly right. They don't call them free for nothing.
Well, and another thing, Eric, no rally ever started by missing free throws, did it?
That's correct.
As the second one's good. So Lambert able to make 1 of 2. And Mann's lead is 8 with possession. 1 minute into the fourth quarter. 52-44, 7-minute mark of this fourth quarter. Mann had beaten Wyoming East and Man 73-55 back in January. Here's a drive to the basket. They get the ball to Martin. Martin, good, strong, taking a nice finish right of the lane. Well, he's really good off the dribble.
Real polished, too. Great jump stop and under control.
Here's Wyoming East back on the attack. And that was an open look that Howard probably should have taken, and Martin able to step right in front, intercept it, drive the length of the floor, put up a shot, no good, tipped up, and we got a whistle and a foul. I think we're going to have a Wyoming East foul, and that'll get Harless back to the free throw line as we watch the All-State instant replay.
Yeah, as you see, great jump stop to split the defenders, and
great
easy
finish.
2 right there.
You're in good hands with All-State, and Martin and Harless, you're in good hands with them as Harless will get to the line to shoot 2. 6:28 for the fourth quarter, 10-point lead for Man. First free throw up and in. And another thing, too, this is how you keep the team from making a comeback, is when you get to the line, you put distance, you make your free throws.
Cash in.
So at the 6:28 mark of the fourth quarter, Harless makes 1, misses 1. The lead will stay at 11 at 55-44. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell thought about the 3, put it on the deck. There's a drive. And get the ball down low to Johnson. Johnson head fake, puts a shot up, and he'll draw a foul on Harless, and that will be Harless's 4th personal foul.
Yeah, and Johnson did a good job of staying with it, and nice up and under move. Misses the shot. As we look at the instant replay here, nice up and under, and yeah, I think that's a good call.
Yep, the Thornhill instant replay as Johnson at the line makes the first one. So Coach Blevins now will have a dilemma. What's he going to do? He's leaving Harless out there, at least for now. Lead's been cut to 10. Johnson trying to make it single digits, and he does. So it's a 9-point lead for the Man Hillbillies. They have possession of the ball. And, here's another thing, too. Wyoming East is already over the limit, so Man could be very aggressive. Every foul now the rest of the way, Eric, is here's a 3-ball good by Martin. He's really lighting it up here in the second half.
A much-needed 3 to keep Wyoming East at bay and increase the lead to 12.
Here's a 3-ball in the left corner. That's too strong, and Wyoming East able to get the rebound. Howard in the lane, able to finish. Howard able to get that rebound and get the roll. 5.5 to go, 4th quarter. Man with the ball and up 10. Martin open for 3, dials it up.
That's his 3rd tray this quarter.
Rings the bell from downtown, and Wyoming East wants a timeout. 5:18 remaining here in the 4th quarter. A 13-point lead for Man, 61-48. It'll be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching Hillbilly Basketball here on Video Productions.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
We welcome you back to Wyoming East. 13-point lead for the Hillbillies. And the DLH, Drug and Alcohol Testing, is proud to support Aiden Martin, and what a fantastic game he's had here tonight in the Man Hillbillies. The DLH, Drug and Alcohol Testing, is your key to providing a drug-free workplace. So,
well, Maris, I would support Aiden Martin too, because right now he's carrying, man. The Hillbillies, he scored 11 points in this quarter.
Yeah, he has found the hot hand, and the lead's 13 as we approach 5:10. And here's a offensive foul on Wyoming East, 5:10 for the game. There's a charge on the baseline.
That's going to be on Garrett Mitchell, and that'll be his, should be his 4th.
Right, his 4th as we watch the instant replay, and that's a good call. He ran right over the defender.
Yeah, right on cue. The refs are all over it.
Yep, on the All-State instant replay. So, Man, now we're just under 5 minutes for the game. They have the ball up 13. Harless in the low block. Spins, head fake, puts the shot up, and scores. He was able to muscle that in. And the lead now, Eric, back to 15. This equals the largest lead of the game. Here's Mitchell for 3 on the right side. Too strong. And there's Martin, had it. Chandler takes it away, puts it in, and it's rejected. Harless with the swat. Martin in the open floor, into the lane. Throws the ball out. They get the ball down low on the low block. Here's Harless. Great move, put up with the left hand. He'll draw the foul on Chandler, and he'll get to the line.
Harless with a little shake and bake in the post and draws the foul and gets to the free throw line.
As we watch the All-State instant replay.
Yeah, this is a good rejection.
Yep, and that led the break. But yeah, that was some shake and bake and a little. I think that was jam instead of Jello, because I don't think Jello shakes that way.
As he misses the free throw.
4.5 to go, and checking into the Wyoming East lineup, Tanner Cook, 6'4" junior. If Harless could make this would give Man their largest lead of the game. But, even though it is 15 points, Eric, it's been a battle for Man.
Yeah, it's been a game of runs for Man, and Man has did a good job of extending the lead as Harless makes 1 of 2.
And gives the lead to 16, 32nd timeout. We'll keep it right here. But, Eric, as we do come down the stretch, and we're coming down the stretch of both girls and boys high school basketball, you've always have your favorites, and then you have your middle of the pack and dark horses. But I think with the 4 classes, there's so many different teams in both boys and girls that I think have a real shot of winning the state championship.
And I'm excited to get to the state tournament because there are a few teams I think that will make it this year that haven't really been forces in at the tournament, and it'll be good to see some new blood, and those teams can make a run this year.
Well, the thing about it, I know, like I said, you have your favorites, and definitely Man is one of them. And, of course, Man cut the nets down last year, and, they're going to be a tough out as we're back in. And Logan Physical Therapy, one of our sponsors on Man Hillbilly Basketball. We appreciate that. 4.5 to go here in the fourth quarter, 16-point lead for the Hillbillies. Here's a 3-ball for Wyoming East is good. The 3-ball by Cole Lambert straight away. And Wyoming East needed that, Eric, but if they're going to really get back in the game, they need stops. As Man, as we approach 4 minutes left in the game, has the ball and up 13, and Harless up baseline. Jumper's good. Yeah, there's not going to be no comeback when you got Harless able to spot up and hit that, 12-foot baseline jumper. And here's a turnover.
And what Man has done is answered every run by the Wyoming East Warriors.
Here's Harless in the lane, put it up and in. So 3:40 for the game, 68-51 the Man lead. Man trying to win their 9th straight game and go to 13-2.
And Harless has really picked up the slack scoring, and he has 25 on the night.
Mitchell able to hit that 15-footer. But Man really doesn't have to be in any hurry with the ball, up 15, 3:20 for the game. I mean, they don't have to go into, I'm not suggesting a stall in any way, but they can be a little bit more deliberate, maybe run a little more clock.
Yeah, but right now they gonna give it to the guy with the hot hand and let him go to work.
And it's been a 2-man game. As Harless puts the shot up, he doesn't get it to go, but he draws the foul. But it's been Mr. Inside and Mr. Outside. It's been Martin from distance and Harless in the paint.
Yeah, and Harless has done a great job. The only thing he's not done well tonight is shoot free throws as we look at the instant replay. Great ball fake, gets him up in the air, and gets to the free throw line.
The Thornhill Auto Group instant replay.
He's
Harless at the line.
2 of 6 on the night.
And make it 2 of 7. And you're right, and as good a player as he is, and as many cagey moves as he has down low, he's going to get fouled a lot. And I'm not sure if it's just tonight or if he's just struggled from the line throughout the course of the year.
Yeah, I hadn't had a chance to. This is our second game we've done, but
he makes 1 of 2. 69-53, 3 minutes for the game. And you got to think that Man will be able to salt this one away and get their 9th straight win. Johnson has it in the low block, spins, puts the shot up, it's blocked, and there's Harless again. Man's got numbers, and they don't seem to be in that big of a hurry, slowing it down.
And you have to say hats off to Harless staying in it defensively with 4 fouls.
And as you mentioned earlier, Eric, and I think you're right on spot, right on cue, is Man has been able, as they give the ball to Harless, head fake into the lane, count if it goes, it doesn't go, but he draws a foul. But every time that Wyoming East looked like they were getting the momentum and made a run from being down 15-4, Man has been able to answer that and then some.
And they've answered it with two young men. Aiden Martin really turned it up when it was a real close game early in the fourth quarter, and Harless has been there to try to polish it off for him as he makes the first.
Yes, we had that on the All-State instant replay. 70-53 the Man lead, 2:29 for the game. With this victory, Man will, as I mentioned earlier, will have won 9 in a row and go to 13-2. Wyoming East will dip 1 game under 500 at 8-9. Harless could not make them both. That one rimmed out on him. And back the other way come the Wyoming East Warriors, and they turn it over.
Aiden
Martin,
great defense.
He'll go in and finish right of the lane. So Man with his largest lead of the game right here at 19. 3-ball by Mitchell is good. There's not going to be enough of those left as we're now approaching 2 minutes for the game. Man in no hurry, they'll walk it up.
Yeah, a little too late by this Wyoming East Warrior team. But, there's no moral victories, but they held their own early on, and, for the better of 3.5 quarters against a good Man Hillbilly team.
Yep, Wyoming East battled. Here's Walls. He'll launch a three from the left side, too strong. And there is the foul on Harless. He'll commit the foul, and he's fouled out of the ball game.
No, I think that'll be.
Did he not foul out? Nope. Beg your pardon.
I don't think they called that on him.
Perhaps they didn't, as we had the Thornhill instant replay. But Harless, what a night. He's got 27 points on the game. And now they'll call a foul on Martin. Getting a little rowdy here coming down the stretch. Minute and a half left in the game. 72-56 the man lead. That last foul was a common foul. Only the 16th foul on man, so Wyoming has to inbound. And here's Howard with a 15-footer, and he scores.
Jacob Howard has had a good night.
He has. It's kind of a quiet good night. Yes. Here's man, 113 for the game.
Yeah, Jacob Howard has 12 points on the night, so it's been steady.
And Harless, power move to the basket. Easy. Yeah, well, Wyoming East just has anybody who can really defend him, and Harless makes it look easy as he gets right to the rim and finishes. So we're under a minute, 53 seconds left in the game, and what you don't want to do if your man is commit a foul, and that's what they've done, and that'll stop the clock and get Wyoming East to the free throw line as man is now over the limit. So going to the line for Wyoming East will be Cole Lambert. He'll shoot the 1-and-1 with 52 seconds left in the game. 74-58 is the man lead. So 4-man, as the free throw is good for Lambert. The man Hillbillies will be tomorrow. They'll be in Raleigh County taking on Liberty. Both free throws are good. 74-60. We've got a 30-second timeout. While we got this moment, want to shout out to Butch Mounts. Done a great job tonight producing and directing. And Booth Davis, our cameraman here tonight at New Richmond. 30-second timeout. 14-point lead. The DLH Drug and Alcohol Testing is proud to support Aiden Martin and the Man Hillbillies. The DLH Drug and Alcohol Testing is your key to providing a drug-free workplace. And what an outstanding game that Aiden Martin's had here tonight, Eric.
Yeah, definitely. And in the fourth quarter, he really turned on the juice, and he has 13 points in the quarter.
And Martin gets the ball now. Of course, if Wyoming commits a foul, it'll be the double bonus. Harless brings it across with 45 seconds left in the game. Martin has it now. 40 seconds left in the game, and here's Walls with it. Martin has it, and really, I think if you're man, you just maybe wait for a foul when you think, Eric, you really don't need to shoot it. We're down under 30 seconds left in the contest. And man, looks like they may just dribble the timeout. But, you know, you're going to see a double-digit win for man, but this was a hard-fought win, and the Hillbillies able to get the win, and they'll have won their 9th straight game and go to 13-2.
Yeah, and to come on the road in the Wyoming County, anytime you can get a win in this county, that's a big win.
So they'll dribble out the final 5 seconds. Final score will be man 74, Wyoming East 60. And as I mentioned, 9 straight wins for the Hillbillies. They're now 13-2. Wyoming East has now lost 4 of their last 5, and they will fall to 8-9. Final score, it is man 74, Wyoming East 60. We'll take a break, come back and recap. You've been watching Man Hillbilly Basketball, streaming live here on Video Production.
Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, we have a huge menu offering home-cooked dinners, hamburgers, tacos, hot dogs, pizza, Philly steaks, and desserts, including, of course, ice cream. Ask about our weekly home-cooked dinners. We have an everyday hot dog special, 6 hot dogs for $5.99, or $5 14-inch large grab-and-go pizzas made from our fresh homemade dough. So visit Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, located beside the old IGA in Chapmanville, just off the Crawley Creek exit of 119.
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
Did you know that 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer in her lifetime? At Logan Regional Medical Center, your breast health is important to us. Our caring staff uses the latest technology, like 3D mammography, in a comfortable and welcoming environment to help you stay on top of your health. Speak to your provider about a 3D mammo at Logan Regional Medical Center. Always here for you.
In Peytonville, there's lots of ways to save on auto insurance.
Really?
Yep. Very proud of that. With Smart Ride from Nationwide, they can get discounts for safe driving.
Does she get one?
Mrs. Carmichael, safest driver in Peytonville, takes a lot of work and effort to be the safest driver in Peytonville.
What about this guy?
With Nationwide Smart Miles, the less he drives, the less he pays. The list of inspiring stories goes on and on.
I bet. I've never seen anyone do more with their retirement than you.
I concur.
And we welcome you back to New Richmond, West Virginia with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. The Man Hillbillies have defeated Wyoming East by the score of 74-60. Man has now won 9 games in a row. They're now 13-2. Wyoming East has lost 4 of their last 5. They fall to 1 game under 500. They are 8-9. Man led 18-10 at the quarter, 34-26 at the break, 49-43 at the end of 3, and they win it by 14, 74-60. Well, Eric, it's time to pick our Logan Physical Therapy player and or players of the game. And Man had 2 outstanding players, and I think it's fitting that both of them get the Logan Physical Therapy player of the game.
Yes, so we're going to go with Jeremiah Harless, who finished the night with 27 points, and Aiden Martin really turned up the game in the fourth quarter. He finished the quarter with 13 points and finished with 26 on the night. And
his proud mom is right here in front of us, and she should be proud.
She probably taught him everything he knows right there.
I tell you, he played really, really good tonight, and he's a big part of why Man has had the success that they've had. It's been a 1-2 punch with Martin and Harless tonight doing damage, 27 and 26 points respectively.
Well, this is the second time we've had a chance to see this team, and like we said, and when it comes to March into February, it's going to be a tough out for anyone. And I can see them really building on that state championship team from last year. I mean, they're not settled. They're not settling. They're going to be a real tough out here in the tournament.
Well, they're a very good team. They're well coached, and Eric, to be able to win 9 in a row, that's pretty amazing. And I don't care what level of basketball you're talking about, it is hard to win multiple games in a row like that.
Yeah, and you get everyone's best shot too coming into the year. Everyone knows that's the defending state champion, so that's a big game for every team, every opponent on their schedule, and they're really up for the challenge.
Well, we're going to put a bow on this and wrap this up. Once again, the final score here in New Richmond at Wyoming East. Man, they defeat Wyoming East by the score of 74-60. We appreciate Booth Davis, who was the cameraman tonight. Butch Mounts providing the production and direction of tonight's ball game. And for my partner, Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry, repeating the final score. Man defeats Wyoming East 74-60. Glad you've been watching live streaming coverage of Man Hillbilly basketball here on Video Productions. Good night, everybody.